In this minigame, I'm going to willingly fall to my doom in hopes of landing in a small pool of water. But here's the catch. Every time a player lands successfully, the waters are placed with a solid block, making it harder and harder to land safely as the game progresses. Starting off with the first map, we have Gotta Catch Them All, which is a Pokemon-based map, and we are getting ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our players are me, Legend of Jordan, Cherry Cerulean, Bubby Rose, and Dana I Don't Know, and Rose goes first, and she gets a pretty simple one. Actually, no, she just splats down on the ground. That is horribly unfortunate for the first time, and Dana goes down and falls, and she ends up landing and getting 1 point. Now we have Cherry Cerulean, home advantage. She does a little twirl before she heads up, falling, and she makes it with 1 point. And now it is my turn. I am looking down carefully. I'm going to go for an easy one just for 2 points. I got 2 points there because of I'm touching 2 blocks, and also a golden ring spawned, and Bubby Rose gets it, which means that she gets even more points whenever she lands. So now first place it is Bubby Rose, and I'm in second place, Legend of Jordan. Cherry Cerulean is in third, and third place is also in Dana. Cherry Cerulean is also acting AFK right now. That is horribly unfortunate. And now she is looking down, and she ends up making a 2-pointer. Very nice. Now we have Dana. Dana I Don't Know. Although, apparently she does know a lot of things since she actually landed, and now I'm just looking down. Let's see, I'm gonna get a possible 3-pointer over here if I make it, and I do. Easy 3-pointer, and that makes me in first place with 5 points, and now we have Dana once again. She is looking for the 2-pointer. Very nice. As you can see below, it is getting more and more difficult to make the landings since the water's being replaced with solid blocks, and now we had Cherry Cerulean. She made a very simple 1-pointer. No blocks were surrounding it, so she only got 1 point. Now we have Rose, who is standing at second place right now, tied with Cherry Cerulean, and she does make up the 3-pointer. And it looks like I'm going to be getting a 4-pointer, since there was 4 blocks touching, giving me the absolutely immense lead of 9 points in first place. Although Rose is in second place, and she could make a comeback. She now has only 1 point below me. Now we have Cherry Cerulean once again with a home advantage. I believe that is a Pokemon City, I am not mistaken, right? She is carefully looking down at her possible options. I do see a couple of good options for her right now, and she does make up for the 3-pointer. Very nice. Now she is in third place with 7 points, and now it is Bubby Rose's turn, and she ends up making a 4-pointer, making her in first place. Now I have only 9 points. I'm gonna have to get a really good fall in order to match her. And I end up screwing up, and I splat on the ground. That is horribly unfortunate. I say that I am cooked because I am standing at second place, and a golden ring has spawned. So if anyone is looking to get that, they are going to get more points. Cherry Cerulean does end up getting through, but she also splats on the ground, making it not really fortunate for her and not worth her while. She only got 1 point. And Dana got 2 points, and now I'm looking down. I see a possible 4-pointer if I end up making this, and I splat again. I am absolutely getting cooked right now. Oh my goodness gracious. Now who's up? We have Bubby Rose. She is falling, and she gets the 4-pointer. She is absolutely destroying us in first place with 15 points. Now we have Dana with 10 points, and me with 9, and Cherry Cerulean with 8. Cherry Cerulean drops down, and she gets the 2-pointer. Very nice. Now I see a whole bunch of options. I get a 3-pointer, not very good, although it's enough to remain in second place with Cherry Cerulean 2 points below me. Now we have Rose looking down at her options once again. It seems that she was going for the 3-pointer. Now a gold ring has spawned. Let's see who's next to go through it. We have Cherry Cerulean. Is she going to go through the golden ring once again like she did before? She really loves these golden rings, although she doesn't end up making the landing once again. This happened, unfortunately, before this. And now we have Dana dropping down, and she makes the 4-pointer. That's incredible, and she gets second place for that. I'm in third with 12 points. Dana has 16, Rose has 18, so I'm going to have to make a pretty good landing in order to actually get up in the leaderboard. I make an outstanding 5 points, giving me second place, 1 point below Rose. Rose is really going to have to start picking it up if she wants to maintain this first place. She is looking around, and she decides to go for the 4-pointer, and she ends up making it. Now we have Cherry Cerulean. What is she going to do? She is going to jump naturally, as this is the point of the game, and she gets the 4-pointer. We have a bunch of absolutely great players here, making a whole bunch of high plays. And now it is my turn. Dana got a 3-pointer. I am in third place now. I have to do something really good in order to get back up into the leaderboard. I see a whole bunch of points I could go. I could go for 3-pointers, mostly 3-pointers. Yeah, I end up making it, splash down. And now let's see who is next. We have Rose, our first place winner so far on round 8. And she ends up making the 3-pointer. Now she has 25 points at round 9. So there's a very high chance that she's actually going to win this entire game. There's not a whole lot of opportunities for other players to get that lead. And now we have Dana. I don't know. She is looking down. I see a whole bunch of 3-pointers. I see a possible 4-pointer, and she ends up just going for the 2-pointer. A little bit interesting. I see a very nice drop. Let's see if I end up making it, and I get another 5-pointer, and I tie with Rose. This is very good for me, although it is also ending. Now we have Cherry Cerulean looking down. She also sees a golden ring, and as per usual, she's probably going to go for it, as we've seen before. Although, is she going to actually make the landing? And yes, she does. She gets 4 points. Now we have Dana. Let's see, where is she going to go? I see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see a 5-pointer. Is she going to go for the 5-pointer? No, she goes for the 4-pointer. Now it is my turn. I have to make something crazy. It is round 10 in order to get in the lead above Rose. It is highly unlikely since it's round 10 and she has such a point lead above me. Although I go for a 5-pointer. Now I'm in first place, and now Rose is 2 points behind me, so she really has to be careful about this. And she ends up with the 4-pointer, and she wins this game. The Pokemon map gotta catch them all. I'm very surprised that Cherry Cerulean did not win due to the home advantage, but yeah, I get second place with 30 points. Above me, 2 points, Rose, and we have Cherry Cerulean in third place with 22 points, and Dana is in fourth place with 21 points. Very good game, everyone, and let's go to the next match. We are starting the next match in the Nether in 3, 2, 1, and we are playing with me, of course, Legend of Jordan, Pix, Kestrel, Kratos, Might, and Daft. Daft starts it off with a super easy 1-pointer, and now it is my turn. I'm looking, I'm not sure why. I just have to jump. It's a super easy. There's not a lot of blocks blocking me. It's super easy landing. And now we have an instant fall from Kratos Might, and he also gets the 1-pointer. And now we have Obi-Wan Kenobi Pix Kestrel. He just jumps off. Hopefully that Jedi training will help him with better falls. Maybe he can use a little bit of force magic. And now we have a Rillaboom, which is our Knight in Shining Armor. He is taking his time, sweet old time. I see a 2-pointer. Basically a 2-pointers and 3-pointers. He gets a 3-pointer. That's very nice for him, giving him first place. And now we have Daft jumping down for the 2-pointer, and now we have Kratos Might. He's all in third. Let's see, and he makes a splat. That is very unfortunate. Now we have Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hopefully he can make a pretty good point because he is in second place, unfortunately. And now it is my turn, and I see a pretty juicy 4-pointer, and I end up getting that. So I am now in first place with 6 points. Obi-Wan Kenobi is in second place, or Pix Kestrel. Now we have Kratos Might. He's dropping down, and he gets the 3-pointer. That is very nice for him. That leaves him with second place, and now Daft jumps, and she gets a 1-pointer. Not very fortunate for her, and she is in second place with only 4 points. So she's going to have to really step up her game in order to get up into the leaderboard. Now we have our Knight in Shining Armor, a Rillaboom, and he gets the amazing 3-pointer. Very nice. And he actually ties with me in first place with 6 points, and now it is my turn in order to break that tie. Let's see what I go for. I see a 4-pointer over there. Hopefully I make this. It looks like I will. Yes, I get the 4-pointer, and now I am in first place with 10 points. This is very nice. Although 1 point below me is Obi-Wan Kenobi, Pix Kestrel, and we see Daft. She tried to go into the golden ring, although she failed with a splat. We see a whole bunch of people trying to get this golden ring. I'm not sure why, because it doesn't look like it's very possible to actually land in the water after you go through the ring, so it is not a very smart decision. Now we have our Knight in Shining Armor. Also, now he is not going through the golden ring. Kratos Might says, I didn't know there was a golden ring. Now we have Obi-Wan Kenobi dropping, and it is my turn. I actually foolishly try and go through the golden ring, I believe, and I actually end up going through the golden ring, and I try and go in the water. However, there was not enough time in order for me to actually maneuver my way into the water. Now we have Daft trying to go through another golden ring that just spawned. And by the way, if you don't know this, if you go through the golden ring, you get 1 extra point, so it is not absolutely great. Although it is a nice little point boost if you're close to getting first place, like Pix Kestrel is with 9 points. I have 11 points in first place. Now we have our Knight in Shining Armor. Let's see if he can make it through the golden ring, and yes, he does, and he actually ends up landing in the water with a 5-pointer. That is absolutely incredible. Now I'm looking down. I see mainly 2-pointers, 3-pointers. I get 2 points. That is very unfortunate for me. I am actually in second place now, and a Rillaboom is in first place, although I'm only 1 point below him, so he has to he has to pay attention in order for me to not make the lead. Now we have Daft. She's actually taking her sweet old time, believe it or not. She usually just goes there. Oh, and she goes through the golden ring with 5 points. That is absolutely absolutely incredible for her. Now we have Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's see, and he gets a 4-pointer. We have a whole bunch of people that are actually getting 4 and 5 pointers. This is absolutely amazing. And I end up getting the 3-pointer, and I get first place with 16 points. Although I have to really keep and pay attention because there's a whole bunch of other people that are getting these high difficult landings that are giving them 3, 4, and actually 5 points. So I really have to play my best in order to maintain this first place. And we have drama in the chat. It looks like someone's girlfriend is mad at them for playing Minecraft. That is horribly unfortunate. That is gonna cause immense amounts of distraction. As you know, women can be very distracting. That was a joke. And we have Daft. She splashes and she gets the 5-point. That is absolutely insane, giving her second place with 14 points, 2 points behind me, which I am in first place. Now we have Obi-Wan Kenobi. He tried to get the 4-pointer, I believe, but he actually splat instead. That is horribly unfortunate for him. And now what do we have? We have our Loom, our Knight in Shining Armor. He gets the classic 3-pointer. I look down and I see a 3-pointer over there. Let's see if I make this. I believe I end up doing that. I'm in second place, so I really need these extra points, and I actually end up getting splat, ruining my chances of kicking out a Relume from first place, who has 17 points. And now we have Kratos Might, who also splat just like me. We have a splat town infestation. Oh my goodness. It seems like everyone is just splatting. They're losing their skill. They're getting nervous. Everyone has sort of close points, 17, 16, 14 with first, second, and third. Now it is my turn. It looks like I don't have a whole lot of options. I have a 3-pointer over here, which I'm looking at with my telescope just to get a better look at it, and I get the 3 points, and I'm in first place with 19 points, and a Relume has 17 points, so I still have to be a little bit careful because if he has a chance of getting ahead of me, because now there's only 1 round left actually, so I might be a little bit safer, although now I'm in second place with 19 points, and now Kratos Might, he actually splats, and nobody is really going for this golden ring since it is absolutely impossible to go through the water. And now we have Daft. She is spending her time as per usual, really making sure that she's able to get and land this. She goes through the golden ring, although she splats like I was warning before. And now this is my turn. Let's see. I don't see a whole lot of options. I see a 3-pointer over there. Yep. And I see that, and I try and go into it, and I actually end up making it with the 4 points, giving me first place at round 9. So I have high odds of actually winning this entire game. And now we have our Loom. Let's see what happens to him. And he tries to go for the 4-pointer, and he ends up getting splat. That was a pretty good risk for him. He really needs to get ahead of me. He has only 3 points behind me, and if he made that, he would have gone 4 points and first place in round 10. So that might have been actually the deciding factor for the winner for this entire game. And we have Kratos Might, which is splatting once again. We have a whole bunch of splatters. I don't know, maybe people are getting their hands sweaty. They're getting nervous because the round is almost over. And we have picked Kestrel, aka our Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he makes the 3-pointer. That is absolutely amazing for him. And now we have our Knight in Shining Armor. Where's he gonna go? He's going to get 3 points, and now it is my turn. I have 23 points. Let's see what I can do in order to keep my victory safe. Let's see, I see a 3-pointer over there. If I make this, this is amazing. And I actually end up winning the game from that because it was the last round and I got 3 points, and with a final points of 27 in first place. Loom had 23 points in second place. Pick Kestrel, aka Obi-Wan Kenobi, had 20 points in third place. Daft had 17 points in fourth, and Kratos Might had 7 points in fifth. So that was a very wonderful game in the Nether biome, and let's go head off to the next match. Alright, welcome to Vertigo. This is our next match, and it looks like we have Expresso, Legend of Jordan, of course, as me, Vimros, and we have a reappearance of Bubby Rose from the first match, and remember, she won, so she's an absolutely phenomenal player, and people are gonna have to fight really hard in order to actually beat her. Now we have Vimros, and he's going to jump, and he gets the 2-pointer, snowballing off of Bubby Rose's landing, and now we have Expresso jumping down for 2 points. We have a bunch of well players so far. I get the 2 points, pretty simple. No one's able to really get a bunch of points at the very beginning because there's not a lot of blocks to fall close by, as you can tell. And Bubby Rose, she gets the 2 points, of course, and she's actually in the lead, not surprising at all. And now we have Vimros, he also gets the 2-pointer. We're just snowballing off each other. We're trying to land in such a way so that our next landing, we will be able to land next to adjacent blocks in order to increase our points, actually. And now it is my turn. I'm looking to see good points. I actually see a 3-pointer over here. This is gonna be really good if I get it, and I do get it, and I'm actually in first place, and I'm tied with Expresso. Bubby Rose surprisingly actually isn't doing that well. She got 1 point, so now she is in second place, tied with Vimros. They both have 4 points, and now we see Vimros. He is falling, and he gets the 4 points. That is super good for him, and now it is my turn once again, and I do see a golden ring, however, I don't think I'm gonna be able to land it in the water after I go through that golden ring, and now I get 4 points. I'm actually in first place with 9 points. 1 point below me is Vimros, and now we have third place Expresso, and fourth place once again we have Bubby Rose. She's not doing as well as she did in the first match. This is horribly unfortunate for her, although super good for me. I have 9 points and I'm in first place. Bubby Rose actually does get the 3 points, and now she has 7 points in total, but she's still last place. Now we have Vimros, and he gets 3 points, and now we have our beloved Expresso from videos from before, and he gets 4 points. That is incredibly good for him. Expresso is actually in first place with 12 points, and it's now my turn. I have 9 points, and I'm in third, so I really have to work really hard to get first place and knock Expresso off his throne. There's actually a golden ring visible, although it is not possible to get into the water after that, so it is useless. And now we see Rose getting 3 points. That is absolutely wonderful for her. I see the golden ring, although, like I said before, it is not possible to get in. I see a easy 3-pointer over here, which I'm going to get. Actually, no, that was 4 points. I'm sorry. I misspoke. And that actually makes me in first place with 15 points, and now second place has Vimros and 13 points. So I have to really keep in mind about Vimros. And actually, I get my first place taken by Expresso as he gets a 4-pointer. That is absolutely wonderful for him. And now we see Rose. And no, this is our first splat of the game. Bubby Rose, she is not doing too well. This is horribly unfortunate for her, and now it is my turn. Let's see how many options I have. I have not too many options since the whole entire side of the pool has been filled. I'm only able to get 3 points on that. And I'm actually in first place, though, with 18 points. And although Expresso quickly takes this with a 1-point lead. And now we see Rose. She is actually pondering. There's not a whole lot of good options, as we can tell, although she tries going for the 3-pointer, and she ends up making that. She's actually in 4th place since another guy joined called Panda Guy, and he's in 5th place. And now it is my turn. Let's see where I go next. I see a 3-pointer right over there. That's probably where I'm going to go. Hopefully, no, I actually go for the 2-pointer. That is a horrible decision on my part, although I'm still in first place, although it's only a 1-point lead next to second place. And now I'm tied with first place with Expresso. Really, it's anyone's game at this point since the round is 8 and the game is about to end, and everyone has the same amount of point distribution. Now we have Vimros. He's taking his sweet old time. I do see a couple of 2-pointers, maybe 3-pointers. He does get 3-pointer, and he's actually in first place, and I'm in third. No, actually, I'm in second place, tied with Vimros. And now it is my turn once again. I really have to get a really good point. I see a 3-pointer right over there. That's going to get me tied with Expresso in first place. Although I horribly not make that. I get splat. That ruins my chances probably for the entire game. It is round 9. It is almost over, and I'm in third place. And Expresso, Vimros, they both have 3- and 2-point leads respectively. And now I try and revenge myself, and I actually end up making that hole once again. I get 3 points, although I am tied with Expresso in first place. Round 9. Tensions are getting tense. That is a horrible expression. Although Expresso, he splats. That is horribly unfortunate for him. It might ruin his chances of getting first, who knows. Although we have Rose. She's in third with 13 points. Let's see what she does. And she ends up making it with 2 points. Although she is in third, this is not looking very good for her. And now I try and get the 3-pointer. I do end up getting that. And I am actually in first place at round 10. It looks like I am about to win. Although now Expresso, he takes the lead with 1 point above me. And I have no way of actually fighting against him since my round was over. And we actually have a tie with Expresso and Vimros winning with 27 points each. That is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely amazing players that we have. Although Bubby Rose, we're not seeing the exact same energy that we saw from her from the first match. This is horribly unfortunate for her. I don't know what happened with her. Maybe she's just getting nervous. Maybe she's just getting tired. Maybe she's getting stressed because she has all that pressure that she is the best player and she will win. And that wraps everything up. As you can see, all of the players are celebrating after their wins, and we are taking a group picture. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you liked it, and like and comment.